away from my window. Leave at your own chosen speed. I'm not the one you want, babe. I'm not the one you need. You say you're looking for someone who's never weak, but always strong. Someone to, what is it? To protect you and defend you, whether you are right or wrong. Someone open each and every door, but it ain't me, babe. No, 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 it ain't me, babe. It ain't me you're looking for, babe. Why is that song been stuck in my head all day? Johnny Cash and June Cash, his wife. Um yeah. How you guys doing? Welcome to See Like Sheba. This is episode, who even knows what we're on now. But probably at least, I want to say 4. I want to say this is episode number 4 of See Like Sheba. Welcome. Thank you. Hope you guys are up late night too. It's like 10:30, but for some of us, it's a late night. But yeah, I've been inspired to come on. I have had like a really amazing year, couple month, week, and yeah, all the things, all the increments of time. And this morning I got a message from my mother. You guys know I'm like going through this transition with my family. This like I've been doing a lot of ancestral healing and like generational cycle breaking, ancestral curse breaking, things like that, particularly amongst the women in my family. But yeah, so my mother this morning messaged me, are you and Billy available this afternoon to see the girls? And I've been listening to my intuition. I've been doing a lot of work getting to know myself, and it was like easy. It was like an instantaneous like no, like it's a Monday or Tuesday. I don't even know what day it is, but I think it's Tuesday. But yes. But yeah, I was just like, no, I don't. What? My mom's been on a trip. I haven't been talking to her because I don't like how I feel when I'm around her. Like, I don't like that I have to be like, pretend. I have to like pretend I don't care about the things I care about when I'm around her. And also, she has been coddling and allowing my brother-in-law to be unkind to me. And like that's just not okay. So I messaged my mother, I replied, letting her know about the text that Lloyd had sent to Billy about me, which go check it back a couple videos. I talked about that and what he said, the libelous, untrue, and grammatically incorrect things he said. No. But yeah, just so I messaged my mom. Yeah, just like here are the screenshots that he sent to Billy back in December 2023, almost a year and a half ago. And I just sent her the screenshots, and then I said, I'm hurt he wrote such unkind and libelous things about me. At least a year ago, I asked him for an apology before I would feel safe being around him, Fred, and the girls again, but he refused. Unfortunately, without any accountability from him, I'm still not comfortable being around his children or any adults who've enabled him to act so carelessly with me. I was like, Billy, what you think? Because, you know, sometimes I can, like, I just let whatever wants to come through in like a draft before I send it. But like sometimes when it's just like sometimes it just comes right through. So I'm like, ooh, maybe this was perfect. And yeah, Billy was like, oh, I love that. You know, I haven't shared with, you know, anyone but my family, you know, what my brother-in-law said to Billy about me. Um, and yeah, so I just shared it because I was like, what's all these people wanting me to be cool with this person who's like said some really shitty things about me, very like flippantly. Um, anyway, my mom said, forget it. And I was like, okay, great. um, and so then maybe like an hour and a half later, I get a message from an unknown number because like maybe 3 weeks ago, I did an energetic declutter. And so like I went through my phone and I just like deleted all the you know, pictures, emails, numbers, contacts of people who I just like, you know, you put your like people in your phone over the years. And I just deleted like pretty much everyone, including my brother-in-law and his family. I'm like, wait a minute. If I haven't heard from these people in a year, even if I have, um, it hasn't been enough. It hasn't been good enough. It hasn't been a good enough quality for me to hold on to energetically. I'm really trying to like make space in my life only for what is for me. Um, so I got a text message from my brother-in-law 2 hours after I talked to my mother, um, and it said it had a screenshot attached of one of the first part of the message that he'd sent to Billy, and he said, "Hey, dot dot dot. I apologize. Remember, you started this. I'm over it. If you still feel uncomfortable around me, that's a you problem. I was only responding to what you said to me. So I'm done with this. Let's start over and be a family." Now, boys and girls, I'll let you be the judge. On a like 1 to 10 of the sincere apology scales, 0 being, you know, not not an apology at all. Um and 10 being, you know, like, wow, he really gets it. Very like, you know, took accountability and you know, made amends and, you know, is giving options for repair and stuff. Um yeah, what would you say? How do you do? How do you do? Um yeah, like I think it started off strong. He started off real strong with the hey, I apologize. I think that's great. Beautiful. Then I think it really went downhill from there after that. Pretty steep decline after that. Um yeah, the rest of it kind of felt like a threat. Like, remember, you started this. I'm over it. Like, oh my God. You know what it kind of gives me? It kind of gives me Israel vibes, right? Like a lot of the Zionists, they'll be like, you know, Hamas shouldn't have started this, shouldn't have attacked, and then Israel wouldn't be, you know, blowing up all the hospitals, murdering a bunch of children. I'm like, oh my God, this is so crazy. Um, but yeah, it's that same kind of like, you know, you did this, you know, kind of a like he's just responding appropriately to how I acted, what I did. Um, and like Yeah, sorry, falsely accusing me of like a crime of harming children is actually not an appropriate response. But also, like, it's so funny. People are so interesting. It's so interesting that we just expect, like, men can kind of act however they want and then end it with, like, a let's start over and be a family. Ew, no, why? Why would I want to? I haven't heard from you in over a year. Like, honestly, this number wasn't even saved. I feel like I want to respond, like, new phone, who dis? Or be like, um, sorry, wrong number. I don't know who the fuck this man is talking to, but wrong number. Or just a laughing emoji. Um, but yeah, I'm just like, man, it sucks that like so many women just have to like, you know, put up with a guy. Oh yeah, that song I was singing. It ain't me, babe, you know. Say you're looking for someone, you know, who's never weak and always strong to protect you and defend you when you are right or wrong. It ain't me, babe. No. No, thank you. Not good enough. So yeah, it's just not a good enough apology for me. I appreciate the like general effort, but let me just like, you know, wrap this up kind of and just give some of my thoughts. Um, One, you know, everyone for over a year was like, I had said like a year ago, you know, like I'm gonna need Lloyd to apologize, and everyone was like, well, he's not gonna apologize, you know, in different ways. They were kind of like, well, that's not gonna happen. He's not gonna apologize. And look at what happened. I got an apology, a very bare minimum subpar apology, but he did say the words "I apologize," which is, I think, something that no one expected. So I'm just grateful to the universe for that experience. And I'm excited to see what other ways, you know, we're going to see the things that people said would never happen. That I was like, no, it's going to happen. This is what I want. I don't care. Um, I want to see what other things happen. I want to see what other things come true. So that's one thing. But also, um, yeah, I told my mom about what Lloyd said and that I needed an apology, and presumably she said something to him that within 2 hours he did the thing that I asked for like over a year ago. Which is crazy because like I feel like just like 3 weeks ago Billy, you know, had gotten the message from my brother-in-law that he wasn't going to apologize. And so now I see that my mom asks or tells, and he hops to it, which is actually kind of what I suspected might happen. I kind of thought my mom was running the show in some ways, and that like kind of if she wants something, if she tells people to do it, they'll do it even if they don't want to. And like I knew that that was the case, and so I was hurt that she wasn't like using that power to make at least the people in her life, my brother-in-law and siblings included, do the thing, do anything, change their behaviors in any way to um address or face the current, you know, global situation like adults. You know, it just feels like this whole time my mom could have been like, hey, all right, we need to get our act together and start paying attention, start doing blah, 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 da, 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 da. And like she could have been having them hop to it much sooner, and she just didn't. Yeah. And so, yeah, not good enough. Not good enough. I'm really appreciative to the universe though for presenting me kind of with this like option of like, okay, you said you wanted an apology. Is this good enough? And if you'll remember my last See Like Shiva episode, I was like, nope, he rejected my my offer of apology and said he wasn't going to apologize, but he wanted to move forward. And I said, okay, no, not good enough for me. And I counter offered with now I need an apology and financial compensation. And so I got a bare minimum half-ass apology that was one sentence of apology and then five other sentences of like a threat and like a this is your fault. You had it coming. You brought it on yourself. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm like, okay, yeah, no, actually not good. So that plus no financial compensation for the pain and suffering. Absolutely not. Nope. Sorry, not good enough. Yeah. And like I just like the universe is like asking me like are you gonna is this good enough? Is your family a family that doesn't really care about the things you care about? Like are you gonna go around places where people want you to tone it down, places where you have to, watch what you say? Like no, I don't want to be around that. So, um it's tough for people who think that I would accept that because it's just not good enough for me, babe. It ain't me. Maybe the old timeline me. You know what it feels like almost? I had this thought. It's like when you move to a different house from like the house you grew up in, and people are like used to like knowing that like, that was going to be your house, like in the phone book and like in whatever registries and stuff. And they like, go over there to try to see you because they're like, this is the house. This is where Sheba is. This is the vessel that contains Sheba. And I'm like, no, I don't live there anymore. No, I moved a while ago. Where you been? No, no forwarding address. That's only for people who need to know. um, so yeah, like I'm just like, oh guys, no, not good enough. I hate to think that older versions of my self, younger versions of myself, however you want to think about it, we're like, okay, that's good enough. That's as good as I'm gonna get. Okay, I'm sorry to have caused any trouble, guys. Okay, can I come back and hang out? You guys can watch the game. I'll be quiet. I'll play with the girls. It ain't me, babe. Not gonna happen. Yeah. So, and I feel like this is just like, oh, and then yeah, my mom was like, um, she wanted to bring the girls over, and I thought about it, and I was like, no, today doesn't work for us. But we'll come up with a day that's better. Give the girls our love. Um, my family is used to working on their timeline, taking their sweet time, coming to it when they want to, doing what they want to do. Um, Lloyd wants to take over a year to apologize. Okay, I'm supposed to accept that. Everyone like understands like yeah. And I think they probably have an idea that like, well, he did it. Okay, so now you have to accept. I'm like, wait. He gets to spend over a year choosing whether or not and how to respond, interact, reply, act. Um and I gotta do something. I'm gonna take my time too, which is what I've been doing in lots of areas of my life. But like one of the most successful I feel is like building spaciousness into my days and learning and stuff. And in those processes, when I'm doing that stuff for myself, I like, I intentionally slow down and resist being rushed by the external world, by anything. I'm just like, I'm gonna take my time. What's gonna happen if I don't? I'm gonna like take as long as I need to like watch this thing, or I'm gonna stay up as late as I want to do this thing. Um, I'm gonna cancel on who I need to do this, or I'm going to invest this amount of money in order to get this thing that I want. And it's really awesome. I love it. So, yeah, I'm just going to do that with, you know, relationships too. I'm not going to be rushed into engaging in a like in any way. Um so yeah, I'm going to keep focusing on the things that I want to focus on, and the people who you know, give me more than the bare minimum. I'm a queen, babe. Like, I just don't have any room in my roster in my life for a man who like is gruff with me. When I was growing up, I didn't really have a choice. But now I do. And so I'm going to obviously choose to not have a gruff man in my life. Ew. A man that like isn't nice to me and like doesn't make me feel loved. He said in it like, if I'm uncomfortable, that's a me problem. I mean, that's very true. Like, I'm responsible for my safety and comfort. And it's not for anyone else to, you know, say what is, you know, enough. Like, you know, I'm the primary, I'm primarily responsible for keeping me safe. And so yeah, I've just been trying to like, you know, kick it back to my inner child and see like what would make her feel the best. I'm like, yeah, I think if she could have chosen, she would have been like, why is this man here? Why is this like dude who's like so grumpy and surly and like mean and like doesn't seem to care that much about me? Seems kind of annoyed by my presence, but still expects me to like work for him, like make his life easier. Like, why do I have to do that? Like, why am I doing that? That's what Little Sheebs would do. She was always very like confused as to why some man was like yelling at her, or anyone was telling her what to do, but particularly like some grown man. She was like, "What the hell? Why is this happening right now? Why is this man yelling? Why can't he just go to therapy? Why is this man being so grumpy and mean? Why is this man like not excited to be around me? There must be something wrong with him." And so, yeah, like, yeah, I don't think Lil Sheebs, I know it. Lil Sheebs says it's a no. So it's a no, babe. It's not us. Um, yeah, and so it was really nice actually. Like, I really love when I listen to my intuition and I'm like, and I don't, you know, worry about how someone who is not me will feel about it. I'm like, oh, my mom really wants to see me, really wants the girls to see me. Um, so, okay, I have things to do today. I have things to do that like weren't them. Like, they're not allowed to just like pop in when they want to and like leave when, you know, well, I mean, I guess I do want people to like pop in when they want and to leave when they want to leave. But yeah, I just don't like how my mom acts when she's over here. She acts all like can't talk about anything, and when I talk about stuff, she just like and like refuses to answer and refuses to like talk about it, which is actually a very powerful skill which I have cultivated myself. I'm like, "Oh, you don't have to answer. You can just like you're an adult. You can just like not talk to or hang out with people you don't want to. It's actually one of the really beautiful things about being an adult. You can just like do whatever you want, and like you can be as crotchety or surly or diva-y or standoffish as you want. It's amazing. And the people who are for you are going to like love it. And the people who don't, they're going to love it too, actually. You know, they might not be able to admit it. It might come off as like hating and envy, but they love it. They wish they could do it. They wish they trusted themselves enough and their perspective, their like vision of life. They wish they had high enough standards for treatment that they would just be like, oh no, that's not good enough. No thanks. No thank you. No room in my life for, you know, someone who's like gonna take a year to, you know, that's the repair attempt I got. I think I deserve better than that. I know I deserve better than that. And so, universe, I will not accept, but I am very excited for, you know, what I have made room for. What is mine will come to me, and I know it's going to be so amazing and not a compromise at all. I'm only going to get everything I want. So, I just got to be patient. I gotta wait, like, you know, patiently and happily, which is what like one of the things I'm great at. So I'm excited. I'm sleepy, babes. I've got my projector class tomorrow. My projector container. Have I talked about that? I don't know. But yeah. Crazy, right? The audacity of men. Sweet summer child. My goodness. Okay, bring your forehead on up in here. Put it against your screen. Love you. This is all made up. Can't you see? Don't you like how I'm making it up? Oh, can't you see? Like Sheba? I don't know. We'll try it. We'll see. We'll see. All right. I love you. And I'll see you soon. Oh my gosh, we're gonna be me and Bibi, we're gonna be doing a podcast episode tomorrow. We are going to be on the Cosmic Hype with Reverend Carmen D. Playa. We're about to be talking about empathy and I think love and revolution. Amazing. I think that's probably it. That's so cool. I love that when people think of those things, they think of like me and Billy. I'm like, oh, that is us. That really is us. Okay, I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. See ya.